Hi there, it's Adam bringing you another video to the channel. We are continuing the 21-22 UK Model Airport Series in 1/400 scale. We are now coming towards the end of the schedules as we're heading to Sunday. We are focusing on the first schedule updates of Sunday, starting around about 6:30 in the morning, to give you an idea. So obviously it's morning rush. A lot of the based aircraft getting ready to depart for the first flights or first outbounds departures of the day. And yeah, after this update there's going to be 4 more updates, and then that'll pretty much conclude this kind of series. The thing is with this layout, it is very much a modern day kind of layout, but I haven't got half the models I want to really do a modern day setting. A lot of the models, like I said previously, I've mentioned models as I've gone through this period in 1/400 scale that I haven't received yet, and that would be an option. But I think if I did do a modern day UK model airport, representing the modern day as we know it, like in real life, I'd probably want a bigger project. I'd probably want to do something a little bit different, similar. I'd say very much similar in terms of kind of design, but on a bigger scale. As much as we enjoyed doing this setup and things like that, I think sometimes you get to a point where you've done what you need to do, and it's time for a change. Obviously, I have visions for the 1/200 Australian project first. That's going to be a little bit more delayed than I thought. I think, in a realistic mindset, I don't think that's going to happen as quickly as I first expected. And in the meantime, what I've been doing is looking into another project, which is not modern day, but kind of it's going to date back to like 2006 period. Again, UK based, using one of my old previous airport projects, which fits well, I'd say. In fact, last night, or sort of last night, I was working on the schedules for that. A little bit tricky because a lot of the schedules are old, and I've just kind of had to find out what I can, flight numbers, things like that, and kind of just utilise the information that I can. So there may be a few tweaks in there that might not be 100% exact, but then again it's a virtual world and you can kind of do that. But yeah, that's the kind of time period I want to do next. I think just kind of like a bit of a throwback, but focusing on a specific time period. And luckily, a lot of the schedules that I've already done, I've been able to sort of feed off them and obviously change them to the kind of structure that I'll be working with. So that's something I want to do, and I think that's probably the next best project that's going to be able to be done in a reasonable time frame once we've done these updates. That next project will be in the other room, I'm hoping. So yeah, a bit of a change in scenery and things like that, in terms of where it's going to be. But obviously, yeah, just stay tuned. Obviously, we'll get them underway. But the updates are going to be a little bit different, how I'm going to do them. So I'll kind of, when they come out, you'll see what I mean, and we'll see what kind of reception they get. But that's just a little bit of a back basis. Like I said, the 1/200 projects probably going to be a little more delayed than I thought they would be. But that's just being a little bit more realistic as well. Obviously we're getting to the update on this video. Nice little sort of overview there to kickstart as well. So on the far side we have an EasyJet A320neo, registration Golf, uniform Zulu Hotel Bravo. This will be heading out as U28893 to Marrakesh. And then pushing back, we have another EasyJet A320neo, registration Golf, uniform Zulu Hotel Alpha. This is heading out to Munich as U28981. Then we have this Ryanair 737-800 operating as FR7805, registration Echo India Golf X-Ray November, which we're heading out to Athens. Then during turnaround we have this Qatar 7878 Dreamliner, registration Alpha 7 Bravo Charlie Alpha, operating on the regular QR31 service from Doha. Pan across, we'll start off on this side, on the far side. A couple of Jet 2s. So first of all we have the Jet 2 757-200, registration Golf Lima Sierra Alpha Alpha, operating as LS127, heading out to Dubrovnik. Then we have the Jet 2 737-800, registration Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel Zulu, heading out to Malaga as LS185. We have the TUI 737 MAX 8, registration Golf Tango Uniform Mike Foxtrot, heading out as BY3724 to Faro. Then we have this TUI 737-800 with split scimitars, registration Golf Foxtrot Delta Zulu Sierra. This will be heading out to Malaga as BY3734. And then pushing back from stand we have this Polar Air Cargo 767-300, registration November 644 Golf Tango. It's operating as PAC 368, heading out to Leipzig. Just vacating that stand there, just next to this DHL A300, registration Delta Alpha Echo Alpha Kilo. This will be also heading out to Leipzig as BCS 6769. A little bit more of a later departure than I thought this was going to be originally. Heads out just after 10 o'clock. I thought it was going to be a little bit earlier, around about this time period, but yeah, that's going to be in for another 4 hours or so. And then we have the Asiana Cargo 747-400, registration Hotel Lima 7413, arriving from Almaty as OZ793, and will continue on the same flight number out to Frankfurt once turnaround is complete. And yeah, gives you a nice perspective there. And that concludes the update for this time period, focusing on Sunday schedules. So yeah, another 4 updates throughout the day of Sunday, and then like I said, that'll be pretty much concluding this kind of series. Again, you know, it is a very much a modern day setting, obviously, even though we are focusing on what 21-22 schedules. But again, like I said, the amount of models I'm missing currently in 1/400 scale that are very much modern day focused is quite ridiculous, and I'm still waiting for them to arrive. So until that happens, yeah, I'm not really focusing on too much on a modern day setting in 1/400 scale. So with that, like I said, that kind of makes sense to do something else that I have access to, which will be the sort of 2006 kind of period, and hopefully you guys enjoy that as much. Again, it will be a little bit more kind of different in terms of how I do the video updates, because if I did it in video form like I'm doing now, it's going to be very limited, so I'm kind of going to do it in a different way, and like I said, you'll see what I mean when that happens. And that'll probably be heading into New Year. So yeah, but yeah, we've obviously got a couple more weeks to get through yet, and yeah, we'll just continue as we are and doing each update as we have been doing. And of course, you know, anybody that watches the videos, I do appreciate you know, your time to even you know, the time you take to watch my videos as well. So until next weekend, I will catch you later.